Good morning. My name is Bejide Oluwafemi David. In this video, you will learn how to download the elevation of your area of interest using the Google Earth engine. So sit up and follow up. Alright, you come to your search engine, you find your way to Google Earth engine. Now the first thing we do is to bring in our asset. So I want to work on Oyo State. I'll click on this arrow, then I'll call it Oyo. The next thing is to bring in my data set. So on this search bar here, I'll type SRTM, which is Shuttle Radar Topographic Mission. I want to work on this NASA, the one provided by NASA, the Shuttle Radar Topography Mission. So let's go to the bands. It has only one band, and that band is elevation. So to import this data set into my Google Earth Engine code editor environment, so I'm going to copy the code snippet and close. So the first thing we do is to declare a variable by using our var. So press var, let's call it SRTM is equals to what I copied. I'm going to paste it. So after that, I want to select my band, dot select, open a quotation, elevation is the name of the band, elevation. So that is all for that. The next thing is to clip the image that we have brought in to our Oyo State area of interest. Clip Oyo State. So how do we clip that? We declare another variable, var clipped elevation is equals to I will copy this SRTM, copy, I'll paste it here, Ctrl V, dot clip, open a bracket, then write Oyo dot geometry, then open a bracket and close. So the next thing to do is to determine our visualization parameters. So visualization parameters, So how do we do that? We declare a variable var, let's call it visualization params, so is equals to, we'll open a object notation bracket, curly bracket. So inside it we write a minimum is equals to, let's put the minimum as 146, the maximum, let's put it at maximum is equal, no, not is equals to, it should be column, then comma, then the maximum, let's put it as 745, comma, our gamma we have equals to 1.4, comma, the band that we want to display, band, let's call it elevation. It has only one band, which is elevation. So okay, so lastly we end that. So the next thing is to visualize the image, visualize or display the image. So how do we do that? We use map dot add layer, map.add layer, add layer. So we open a bracket. What layer do we want to print? We want to print this. We copy it, we put it inside this bracket, Ctrl V, and also the vis params together with it. So we copy this again, we copy this, Ctrl C, and put it inside this, Ctrl V. So after that, we end that. The next thing we want to do is to center the image on the map. Image, so center the image on the map. How do we do that? We use map dot center object. So we want to center it, the extent of the image, that's the area of interest. Ctrl C, I've copied it, or your Ctrl V, then let me put a comma. Let's use 8, or your is a very small place. Then let's run. Let us run. So this is Oyo, this is Oyo. Alright, so don't forget what we have done so far. We have brought in our assets, we imported our image, we clipped it, we determined our visualization parameter, we visualized, and we centered the object. Alright, the next thing is to export. Let's say export the image for downloading. So how do we export? We write export dot image dot to drive. Mind you, I've always mentioned the camel case. To drive, when you want to write two words together, you start with small letter. On getting to the second word, you use capital letter. So we open a bracket. Inside the bracket, we open object notation bracket, which is curly bracket. Okay, inside the curly bracket, now the image is this elevation. The image is this elevation. Ctrl C, I'm going to paste it here. Ctrl V, so I'll put a comma. So let's describe the image. The description, because is a name I want it to show when I run it, or when I want to download it. So I'm going to call it use a quotation, or let's call it Oyo State underscore SRTM. That is the structural radar topographic mission. Alright, so we end our line with this. So we did not end this, we end it. Alright, so I'm going to run again. So it has run, and this is our description of your state SRTM. This is the output of your state SRTM. So I'm going to click run. So let's wait for it as it runs, after which we will now download it from our Google Drive. I'll make sure I make this code snippet available to this YouTube video, so that you can download. So as I've said, if you see a code like this, you just have to change your asset, bring in your asset, give it a name, then that same name, let that name be changed here, and also change the name here. So you can also change your description. So our code has run, so I will now open in Drive. So this is Oyo State SRTM. So it's done. It's still running, so I can now download it. So it is done, it is downloaded. So this is it inside my file, inside my download. The next thing now is to go to our arc map. This is my arc map, and bring in the image. So we use add data. So from there I will go to downloads. So I'll look for Oyo State SRTM Oyo State OPQ Oyo State SRTM. So this is it. So I'm going to add. So once you download an image from Google Earth Engine, it always comes with this square shape black background. So how do we remove it? We need a shape file of that same Oyo State house to remove it. So we just mask it, competition Oyo State. So I brought in my shape file of Oyo State to be able to cut out the black spot. So I'll come to search, I'll press search, then inside the search I'll type mask. So you come to this extract by mask spatial analysis tool. So in it, input raster, you input the Oyo State SRTM. You wait for it. So the input raster official, we use Oyo State, and press OK. So we wait for it while it masks. So this is the extract. This is the one we brought in. So this is the topographic map, or the SRTM of Oyo State. So how do we get the elevation of each local government in Oyo State? We have 33 local governments in Oyo State. How do we know the elevation of each one? So so these are the local governments. So the next thing I will do to know the elevation of each of these local governments is to come to our search again. Then from the search bar I will type zona. So I'm going to use what we call a zonal statistics. So I'll come to this zonal statistics as a table, the spatial analysis, this one. So I'll press it. I'll then bring in my Oyo State. So I'm going to use name 2 for all the local government. Then bring in my extract. Then you can select the type of statistics if you are using for the mean. If you are looking for the mean elevation, the maximum elevation, or the minimum, the median, and everything. So I'm going to choose all. So I'll press OK. So in our research, if we are now looking for elevation of Afigio, the minimum is 183, while the maximum, the highest place in Afigio, is 361, while the range is 178. The mean is this. We have for Akinyele local government, we have Egbeda, we have Ibadan North. The minimum is 204, the maximum is 242. So thank you for watching this video, and encourage me by liking it, or you subscribe. Thank you very much.